I felt there were things that I was missing, but not aware enough to name. You know, when you feel like the absence of something, but you can't necessarily identify what that absence is.
I was thinking about like what I need to be doing, who I am, and I realized I'm an actor. That's what I need to be doing.
There's been this really scary feeling of, oh my God, does acting still exist?
I need to like reground myself. I need to know what it is that I want to do and what kind of human I want to be.
The universe just put that ad right in front of me, and I saw the class, and I got on the website.
And I started reading things like, you know, the industry is down, but we're training actors to be ready for when it comes back.
The more research I did, the more I liked it. And then the more interviews and videos of Terry talking that I could find, the more interested I was in it.
And, you know, looking at the alumni and things that they were doing and still checking in with Terry, and that it was, you know, not just a process that ends when class is over. It's a continuous thing. And so all of those things really attracted me to it.
Everyone immediately was like, oh, you have a chance to do this? Yeah, you should do this. If you want to do this, there was an excitement that that was very affirming. And now that I've been through it, I get why that's the response and why that's the kind of atmosphere around Terry and the school. Because, it is exactly what it presents itself to be.
I was telling actually Terry in my exit interview that this just came at such a perfect time, because it was like, okay, the world's at a standstill. What can I do? I can train, I can move forward. And especially being LA based, I never would have been able to do Terry Knickerbocker's studio.
And then as everything started to shut down, I kind of said, you know what, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should wait until it's in person again. But as quarantine just kind of went on and on, I was like, no, this is like ideal time for me to be working on my craft. I don't have to be anywhere. I'm not working.
I think that this work is particularly important and particularly special now more than ever, because when there is so much happening that kind of distracts and splinters and fragments us away from ourselves, art is really, and this particular work really grounds us in our individuality, in our personal points of view, in our personal feelings, and it really is a coming home, so to speak.
The biggest takeaway for me at the TK studio doing this intensive was how much all of the classes that I took really emphasized being free as an artist.
And it was a really cool way of having this practice of art and this practice of craftsmanship to really kind of recenter myself within myself and to really reconnect.
I've wanted to be an actor my entire life, but I didn't realize how important training was, because everyone feels like, oh, you just get on stage or you get in front of a camera and you just do it. But it's so much more than that, you know what I mean? Like, every single class, I can't remember how many classes we had, it was 3 times a week, but every single class, I found myself learning something new every single time.
I got a lot of clarity and an actual structure of a way to approach a scene. I mean, there's a lot of books and methods out there, and I just found that Terry's approach, even though, I mean, just out of the summer intensive, it's just getting the tip of the iceberg of the whole Meisner technique, but I could really see a lot of clarity come to my work, which was great.
The most valuable thing about my experience here is that it's not just these things being talked about and things we're being encouraged to do. It's being encouraged by people who understand what they're asking and actually show you it in real time every time you enter the space, which is, to me, that is magical, and that is strong, and that is it's a powerful experience to be around, and powerful to be around people who can actually do that.
I cherish people and the relationships I've made. Like, there are several people from the class that I know I'm going to be friends with for a very long time.
It's helped me to be more of an open person, to listen more, to make myself more vulnerable and to let myself feel things.
I mean, acting was only a small part of it. That started to help me clue into who I am and why I am, and, you know, getting back to just the person I wanted to be.
It changed my life. It really did. It helped me be a better person, not just a better actor.
I didn't realize until we started the program how much comfort I create for myself through being in a physical space, and how many little social interactions I use to protect myself. And being on Zoom and being in a place where we're only there to work, it really exposed a lot of areas that I was using to keep myself at a bit of a distance from the work.
It's really interesting because there are moments when, like, I would have, like, this really powerful moment where I just saw a breakthrough and I would get emotional, and it was almost as if me and Terry were the only ones in the room at the time. It was really weird, like, how you're over Zoom, but he makes it so personal.
It is so incredibly intimate to work in this frame. Like, everything is seen, so you can't really escape, and that's a scary thing, but a really exciting thing.
And you can still watch it almost on a more intimate level than if you're in class, because in class, you know, someone might be in your way, or you might only see the side of them during a scene. But on this format, I thought it really allowed everybody to watch each other's scenes in a very intimate, focused way.
The classmates that I shared that Zoom platform with over the course of 6 weeks are wonderful friends and people that, like, I want to continue to hang out with and continue to know and continue to follow their artistic journeys. Like, I feel like I very clearly was able to develop a relationship and an understanding of each individual artist and kind of what unique thing they bring to the game and to the table, which is, like, such a cool thing to see. It kind of really speaks to the power of our individuality and to the human connection that even with a platform such as Zoom, where you would feel it would be disconnecting, you can just connect so much through the work that we do, which is really awesome.
Matthew is really brilliant in the sense that he can pick up what you're doing just by what he sees and kind of the way you are structured. But he also has been very patient and takes the time to have each student either unmute or, as part of the work, record yourself and then send it to him and then give personal feedback.
For me, I always wanted to learn more about my voice, and I'd done like vocal training and singing training, stuff like that, but that's so different than your voice. And what I really appreciate about Matthew is, you know, from the beginning, he kind of acknowledged 6 weeks, that's just enough to give you a taste. I can't take you through the entire Linklater progression in 6 weeks. It's not enough time to do it justice. But what he was very transparent about and very true to his word was, he said he wanted to give us enough tools to start building a practice and start building awarenesses that would carry us forward beyond the 6 weeks. It wasn't about how much work can we get done in this period of time. It was how many tools and how many curiosities can I plant in you that will ripple past this experience that you're having.
I was really apprehensive about how a movement class was going to go over Zoom, because I know a lot of it is about, there's a lot of touch involved usually. But I felt so free doing the movements in the privacy of my own home, just listening to Julia and Kana, that I was like, I think I'm maybe getting more out of this doing it in the privacy of my own home, because I wasn't self-conscious. I wasn't worried about, is this move right? Is this move too big? Does this move look weird? It was like, okay, everyone's doing their own thing on their screen. I'm going to do my own thing. And we're all still connected through the music and through the voice of Kana and Julia, but it was really cool. And I got to do a lot of exploration that I don't think I would have in person.
They picked up so much about my own habits that I was worried they wouldn't necessarily see, because when the camera is removed a little bit, it's, harder to see. But Kana left me with a mantra, a personal mantra, to just be willing to be more receptive to the experience of kind of the movement work, which resonates with the acting work and resonates with the voice work as well. That when she said that to me, I was like, yeah, she fully got all of my stuff throughout 6 weeks.
There are things that I had been told so many times in my life that, for whatever reason, the way they approached it actually clicked. And what I thought that thing meant, realizing what it actually was, and that disconnect being the thing that kept me from stepping into the opportunity and the challenge of of that note and of that opportunity for growth.
I now feel really renewed to keep training and keep exploring this new side of me that I haven't experienced in the work before, as well as to kind of make my own work. I feel like I'm gaining more of a sense of who I am and what I want to be doing.
I've seen glimpses into parts of myself I didn't realize were available to me. And now that I know they're there, I don't think I could feel at peace or content not chasing that curiosity.
At this point in time, I actually haven't really even figured out a concrete what is next for me, because at this point I'm like, I've been opened up to so many different possibilities that I'm kind of still exploring them all and building the framework of what that's going to look like for the future. But I know that I'm going to continue this work. I know that I want to continue to create art and continue my journey of an artist, and really continue to give myself the room to expand and take up as much space as my soul can take up, and really see what that leads to.
The TK program just gave me so much like power as an individual, as a person. Like, I have so much capability and I have so much to give the world. And I'm looking forward to just going out there and doing what I want to do and not being afraid to do it.